The big game this week features the Brighton Bears and the Newcastle Eagles. We meet a shark hungry for success. Plus, we've got all the highs and lows from another action-packed week in the BBL. But first, we're in Sheffield today for the Trifecta King Competition. Now remember, in the Trifecta King Competition, 24 seconds to make as many three-point field goal attempts as you can. Right now, it's a pretty good competition, and I'm sure it's going to get better and better. I'm in Sheffield right now. I'll be visiting with one of their players, Lynard Stewart, before we get over to the competition. My man, how you doing?
I'm all right.
You're from a big-time basketball family, huh?
Yeah. I got two brothers that played college Division I basketball. One played professionally, and another played in Australia for a couple years.
So the brother that played in the NBA, how long was he in the league?
6 years. 6 years. He played with Washington 4 and 2 with Seattle.
Let's walk down here and have a chance to look around the big town of Sheffield. I mean, what do you know? You've been here second season. What drew you back here?
Oh, I mean, the organization it feels family-like, and another thing is like England is the closest thing to home that you can get. So that just gave me a reason to come back for another season.
In the British game, I look at the stats and I see that Shaquille O'Neal shoots free throws better than you. What's the deal, man?
I don't even know, man. It seemed like a phobia, because when in practice and after practice I shoot, it seemed like I hit 8 out of 10 every time. But just like when we get in the game, I don't be focused enough, and I need to work on that in order for us to make it to the championship. I know that's one thing I'm going to need to work on.
All right, Lynard, thanks for that. So Sheffield has been very successful in the league. Can they continue that success in the Trifecta King Competition? We'll find out as we go to Ponge 4 in Arena. Iain McKinney, you're the man for the Trifecta King Competition. Now, easier to shoot in a game or to shoot in a competition like this?
In a competition, because you control your own destiny, really. There's less pressure on you. You just got to concentrate on what you're doing, not worrying about any defenders or anybody else trying to put you off.
Okay, so let's see how you do on the count. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for 6, 1 for 7, 1 for 8, 2 for 9, 3 for 10, 2, 4 for 11. Rough, baby. That was rough. That was rough. That was rough. Let's go and see where Iain fits on the chart. Our first week shooter, Michael Nurse, is still on the leaderboard, but with just 3 teams left to shoot, the Bunny Man from Scotland still leads the way. Time for our competition, and the ball signed by the Bears will be on its way to Paul Marsh from Burgess Hill after he correctly answered our last question. For your chance to win, simply tell us who is the only current player coach in the BBL. Email your answer together with your name, address, and the name of your favorite team to hoops@bbl.org.uk.
Hello and welcome to Tyneside. 2 top 4 teams for you tonight as the Newcastle Eagles take on the Brighton Bears. The team top of the table is the Westfield Sharks Sheffield, and their coach Chris Finch is with me tonight. Chris, Brighton hot on your heels trying to catch you on the table. Do you fancy them tonight?
Yeah, I do. I think they'll be well motivated. I think they're the better side. I think they're a little bit deeper, more experienced, and they lost to them last time out. I think they have everything to play for.
Chris, he's picking Brighton tonight, but he'll have his fingers crossed for a Newcastle victory.
It was a tense night at the Telly West Arena, and the Eagles player coach Fab Fanoy was looking for a big effort from his team in a game vital for the Bears' championship challenge and the Eagles' playoff hopes.
We're ready to go then. Crucial game at the top half of the BBL table. Newcastle going for home advantage in the playoffs. Brighton looking to get a championship. Jeremy Hyatt knocks the ball out of bounds on the opening play. Chris, Brighton's bench looks terribly thin over there with Emiko Atete and Ralph Blaylock both on the sidelines injured.
Yeah, a big loss without Blaylock. He was really playing well for him, stepping up at key moments throughout the injury problems they had with Randy Duck. But Brighton's been down few men for a while, so they know how to compensate.
Mike Brown in the starting role. He's certainly a capable starter in this league. Randy Duck with the first shot to hit the iron. Ian White with the rebound.
Ian White getting the start tonight against the bigger front line of Brighton Bears.
Hyatt for three. Yes, Jeremy Hyatt starts the game with a triple.
He's a key player for Newcastle Eagle. He's very streaky, and when he gets it going, he's one of the most unstoppable perimeter players we have because he can shoot the three and he can also create off the dribble.
Sterling Davis creating off his dribble there.
Yeah, he's really stepped it up of late too. He's added scoring.
Hyatt again. Yes, 2 of 2, Jeremy Hyatt.
And that's what we said. He can really fill it up.
Alderson takes it past Ian White for 2.
Yeah, one of the best finishers in the game in the open court. He's real slippery around the basket. 7-foot defender Ian White's no match for him. Just slips right underneath him, gets it softly off the board.
But Jeremy Hyatt came out with back-to-back threes for the Eagles on their first couple of plays. They haven't scored since, and they will trail if Mike Brown converts here. Yes, indeed. It is 8-6 Bears.
And I think you want to see a little more patience and take care of the ball a little bit better. This zone has Newcastle confused and haven't figured out how to solve it yet.
Hyatt has all 6 for the Eagles. The Bears have 4 different scorers for their 8. Nicky Arinzi's turnaround doesn't go. Rico Alderson with the rebound.
Bears really looking to get out and run. They're not waiting around for a thing.
Inside to Will Johnson for 2. Are we getting into the sort of time where Newcastle might need to call a timeout to sort out this zone defense of the Bears?
Yeah, I think if you don't get a bucket here, certainly have to. They're just not even getting good looks, Daniel. The turnovers or forced shots or covered shots. Don't forget, you got Andrew Mavis.
Jeremy Hyatt has all 9 of the Eagles' points with 3 threes.
After a tight first quarter, we rejoin it in the second, Bears by 2.
Will Johnson on the trail again at the 3-point line. Seaman had to go a little far out for that one, so he dumped off to Mike Brown for 3.
I don't know, you got to get out to him. He's a shooter. Great job by Seaman finding him.
Walker looking to quick step it through the middle, count it for TJ Walker. Saw the gap, filled it quickly, and was fouled.
I think that's when Newcastle's at their best, when they're pushing the ball a little bit more, get Brighton on their heels. They create some opportunities down inside at the basket that they're not getting from their set offenses. Referees are letting them play both ways.
Good feed inside to Seaman. Charles Smith just had his eye on the ball, I think, as the bounce pass came into Errol Seaman. Maybe the Bears can stretch here. They're up to 5. They have the ball. Davis to Duck. Beautiful pass from
And it all
Sterling
starts
Davis.
at the defense. They can get another hand in on that. Just creates a steal, poking it away.
TJ Walker's shot. They've had a couple go halfway down, but fortunately Nicky Arinze was on hand to tap it home. Duck blows by his man to the hole, and the Bears just starting to edge ahead in this one.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more easy baskets. I mean, basketball is a game of easy baskets on the offensive end. They're just getting more at the moment. The inability to rebound at the defensive end and finish opportunities at the offensive end is really hampering Newcastle.
Charles Smith trying to find a way along the baseline, eventually did.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I think sometimes they're making shots more difficult than they have to with a lot of double pumps, little flip shots. Be strong, take it up there, either get the foul or the finish.
Hyatt. Out to Walker. A lot of traffic there up around the elbow. Time running out. I don't think Flanoy sees it. Walker does. Got it off just in time. And for the second time in the game, Eagles with a bang 3 on the buzzer.
And they say no one uses the glass anymore. It's a lost art. It's certainly not a lost art from the 3 up here in Newcastle.
No, indeed, and they might add to that 7-0 run here. With a steal, TJ Walker, 9 straight, has leveled the game at 39 with 2 minutes to go to halftime.
Without a doubt, they are at their best when they are going at Brighton. When they allow Brighton to set their defense, that gives them trouble in the paint. Now both teams pressing.
Davis.
Tempo picking up here in the last 2 minutes.
80 seconds left in the first half. Nice spin from Hyatt, but he's forced to kick it out. Flanoy back to Smith. Big gap in front of Charles Smith, so he threw it down.
Oh, he goes up there. I thought he was just going to lay it off the glass and right over Errol Seaman.
Ooh, TJ Walker almost coming up with the steal, but it left Duck open for three. It didn't go. Another offensive board for the Bears. This time Seaman hauls it in. And throws it away, though. Eagles out on the break. Arinze, Mike Brown will chase back, but not catch. And Nicky Arinze puts the Eagles up 2. The Eagles then with the final offense here at the first half. Game clock is at 10 as Walker starts to go. Now to Flanoy. To Smith on the trail. A great finish to the first half by the Newcastle Eagles.
Beautiful cut and pass and finish. He catches the ball in midair and lays it at the buzzer. They were dead in the water at 39-30 and a hell of a response.
Welcome back. The Eagles have continued their run into what could be a make-or-break half in Brighton's season.
White on the end of the fast break. Second attempt is good for Ian White.
You see the press automatically picks up the tempo of the game. They'll shake a few things loose down here offensively. See if Brighton Bears can get an easy look.
Davis spins but loses the handle. Away come the Bears with TJ Walker. Only White shirts ahead of him, so he slows down.
That's a great decision by TJ. At times he'd go and force something there. He's got the ability to create and finish by himself, but he's waiting for his teammates.
Charles Smith with the jump shot, and Newcastle either side of halftime have been rampant here.
Yeah, they're just playing with a lot of composure.
Having outscored Brighton 23-3, Eagles maintain their lead until late in the third.
Charles Smith, big shot for three, doesn't go. Will Johnson with the rebound. Can Bears get some momentum before this period is out? Rico Alderson, good play for two. Mavis for three. Oh, rimmed out. Eagles with the rebound. Is that a goaltend? Certainly the home fans thought
Certainly
it
was a goaltend. Referee got
Johnson.
caught sleeping on that one.
Will Johnson getting away with it, and he's underneath now. Might get two at the other end. Yes, indeed. And the Bears are right back in this at 8. Turn over and turn right back. Rico Alderson to Davis. He'll line up a three. Yes, Sterling Davis for three. And out of nowhere, 9 in a row. And the Bears are right back in, and it's down to 5 with just about an offense and a half
We're
left.
talking about games to run. We just had a huge run by Newcastle now. Brighton getting started on their own run.
A minute into the fourth quarter, and Nick Nurse's team still trail by 5.
Will Johnson. Wow, Will Johnson 4 in a hurry here in the fourth.
He likes that matchup. Again, they're going to Will. Will's touching the ball first. They're making sure that they put pressure on the perimeter.
Ball is pulled away, combination of Duck and Johnson. Mainly Duck, I think. Duck throws it high. Mike Brown just about keeps in bounds.
Oh.
And everybody forgot Randy Duck was on the court.
Just sloppy defense in transition.
Eagles. Hyatt. Nice shot from Jeremy Hyatt. Despite having a whack on the nose earlier on, he comes back off the bench to hit 2.
And that's big. And, you know, when your offense bogs down, you're having guys like him who can create their own shot with his size.
Davis, absolutely wide open for 3, and it's not like they haven't seen him hit threes already tonight.
No, and he's really good when he knows he's going to get that look. He ties it up at 71.
Another Davis triple down the stretch, had the Bears in front. They lead 78-81.
Minute 16 to go in a 3-point ball game. They don't need to go for it all on this play, but they kind of need to score, Chris.
Yeah, you gotta get a basket here. You gotta get the best shot you can.
Looks like they might be running, I thought for a minute they were running Mavis, but it's Smith to tie it, yes! Charles Smith with 105 levels the game at 81.
Brighton jumps into his zone, and Newcastle do a great job of recognizing Charles Smith finds space in the corner.
Duck out to Mike Brown, Brown to Alderson. Shot clock is down to 7 as Errol Seaman with a huge shot. What a big bucket for Errol Seaman.
His shot clock winding down, he knew he had to shoot it. Plenty of time left.
Arinze to level it again. No, he misses with 36 seconds to go. Nicky Arinze with a finger roll couldn't come up with it.
That's the second time he short-armed it down there in the paint.
That 17-foot jump shot by Errol Seaman proved the dagger, and even a couple of late threes couldn't save the home side. Brighton's title charge continues with a hard-fought 89-87 victory.
Sterling Davis hit a couple of big shots down the stretch. Will Johnson, whenever you needed a score, you went inside to him. They were two big performances.
Yeah, I thought Will kind of had a streaky performance. I thought he was ready tonight. He hasn't been playing that well of late. He had some sickness. He had a virus and it played through some sickness, and that hurt his confidence and his fitness a little bit. And played good early. Thought he was bad in the middle, got in foul trouble. But I thought he played great with 4 fouls. He made a couple baskets to start the fourth quarter. Made a couple there late. Really helped us. But let's not forget about Errol Seaman, man. The shot clock running down, tie game, baseline jump shot, nobody in the world. I'm sure you said, oh, Errol Seaman like that pretty loud when he hit that one, and then he hit a free throw as well. So a lot of those 3 big guys pulled their weight tonight.
Westfield Sharks Sheffield travelled to Birmingham looking to regain sole ownership of top spot. And they were quickly into their stride, outscoring the Bullets 22-7 to take control of the contest. Sheffield's inside combo of Jerry Williams and Lynard Stewart had a field day in the paint. Stewart finishing here on the break, part of his 22 points in 22 minutes. Birmingham did show some resistance in the second quarter, closing the gap to 14 points at one stage. Ronnie Griffin led the way for the Bullets with 26 points and 9 boards. MVP, though, was Jerry Williams, who only missed 2 shots all night for 29 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Sheffield won all 4 quarters and spent most of the second half padding their lead. When you're 1v4, you have to slow the ball and wait for help. Richard Onions did his part, but his teammates were conspicuous by their absence. Everyone on both sides scored as Sheffield eased to a 114-82 success. After the trophy final defeat, Kinder London Towers had revenge on their minds as Chester rolled into town. Jets trailed early on, but what about this for an assist from John Thomas to John McCord? His predecessor, Shaheen Holloway, then showed his skills, dancing his way to the hole. Chester held London to only 10 points in the second quarter, whilst Calvin Davis paced their offense. John Thomas's NBA-range three-pointer sent Jets on their way to a halftime lead. Kendrick Warren grabs one of his 6 offensive boards here and sticks it back despite the foul. He led the Towers with 22. Terrell Myers had his best shooting night since his comeback, 7 for 10 for 18 points. Trailing in the fourth, trophy final MVP Todd Cawthorne helped the Jets where he could, but Towers were to have their vengeance with an 84-77 dent in Chester's championship hopes. Battle of the Big Cats, and Yorick Williams got the DG Essex Leopards Cool Cats going early at Bracknell. Brendan Graves was in top form, 29 points and 10 boards, half of them like this tip at the offensive end. David Fisher also had a double-double as the sides traded scores in the early stages. Back-to-back threes took Williams to 16 points in as many minutes and gave Leopards the lead, although he didn't score again. End of the third and Barry Bowman in the zone. Here's a couple of his 4 three-pointers in a blistering 2-minute spell as Tigers hit 18 points without reply. Bowman would finish with 25, including 6 for 11 from behind the arc. Mike Nurse icing the victory, one of 3 Tigers to top 20. Thames Valley win 96-74. Scottish Phoenix Mitsubishi Rocks hosting MK Lions, and Rocks showing how the fast break should be run. Lions fighting back in the first quarter with Drew Spink sneaking backdoor from Victor Payne's assist. Freddie Cole barely stepped inside the line all night, but then why bother when you're 10 for 15 from deep? Rocks weren't too shabby themselves from three-point land. Stephen Shekels here. Steady Baker learned sometimes it's just better to give up the sideline possession. Sean Myers takes it to the Lions inside as the Rocks forge into a lead in the second quarter. At the other end, it's a one-man show from 35-point star Freddie Cole. Rocks took a double-figure lead into the second half, but while the home fans were celebrating Ted Berry's latest scoring landmark, Andrew Lane was on his way to 20 points at the other end. The Scots always kept their noses in front despite the heroics of Cole for the Lions. Ted Berry led his team with 24 points as the Rocks won 84-74. At the business end of the season, the key column is the loss column, and Jets' defeat puts them 2 games back of Sheffield and Brighton. Tigers hold 4th spot, but Rocks have games to spare. Bullets and Leopards will need to finish strong to catch the Lions.
Yes, it's the busiest weekend of the season, and all eyes will be on the Brighton Center as the top 2 go head-to-head. And on Sunday, Chester face a tough task against Newcastle as they try to ensure the title remains a 3-way race. So join us next week for more great BBL action on Hoops.